Now's where the workout comes in. As you can see, I'm gonna put this protective pipe across the road. The trencher only goes about 3.5 inches. We need 4.5. So we got a hand dig. We've got a post hole digger. We can pull the dirt out a little bit, but it's solid. As you can imagine, the compression on the road makes that dirt pretty dense and hard to cut through. So we're gonna get our workout in today. That's for sure. Country strong. All right, we got our pipe in there. Now we just got to hook up the electrical and then we can get this thing pumping some of that dirty water out. All right, Brian and I are about to do the smartest move of today, and that is to take the shop back. We have 400 feet of pipe. We are basically going to suck a little balloon up through there with this fishing string, and then all of that run clear back to the well. We'll be able to pull wire. See if it works. I'm walking over with the fishing line. He's gonna suck it from the other end. Hopefully this little guy travels. Here we go. Gotta get off my phone so I can call him. It's going. You can hear it. Sucking. I can't believe this is working. This is great. This is easy. Well, this is fun. We lost suction. It was actually at the last 90, like literally 3 feet below us. And that part of the conduit wasn't sealed tight. And I think it was pulling too much air and it just wasn't enough for the balloon to get through, oddly enough. So we went back to the fence line where we could get in and cut it, to try to see if we could find the line, and sure enough we found the line, and yeah, when we pulled the line it was obvious that it ended where that 90 was at. Now we're having trouble getting it to actually suck the rest of the way through. Well, would you look at that, from the string to the mason string. So now we go tie this to all of our wire and we'll pull it all the way through. Whee! Here we go, look at this rig. Ready to do some deep sea fishing over here. All right, so we got some 1/4-inch nylon string, a little bit more to grab onto. Hopefully we can pull it through. Mason line just wasn't doing the job. Look at this, y'all. Pulling so much rope, we're gonna oil it, and it's burning a hole in that conduit. All right, line is temporarily hooked up, and we're just flushing out this water. It's a beautiful morning out here on the property, and we are still flushing this pump. Well driller boss man said to run it out of that 1-inch pipe for about 12 hours, which we did overnight. And then we switched over to the hose so that the pump can run out, kick off, run out some more for about 48 hours. He said that should allow the water level in the well to go up and down, and just kind of continue to rinse it out. He said after that we should be good in the long run. So let that run today. We get this trencher back, and then we'll guard this up so that the donkeys and the sheep don't jack with it. Figured that would happen. We are rigged up. One thing we decided to do was run some extra power up here, so now when we work around this little pump house, one, it can have a little heat light in here, but for now, so we can, well, you learn that there's always something happening out here on the ranch. And today I discovered that little critter who was, I guess, doing a cold plunge this morning, found his way into the water trough and did not make it out alive. So you girls probably want this sucker out of here, huh? This morning I had the luxury of meeting one of my old film school buddies at a local coffee spot nearby. He moved to New York after graduating, and I stayed in Texas, of course. We talked about the busyness of life, what it means to be a parent, as he's now got a baby of his own. He recently bought himself a new house just north of Brooklyn he's going to fix up. I shared with him the journeys I've had to do perfect and what it means to kind of come back to my roots in a place like this. It's quite enjoyable to see how far along he's come in his career, and now he's settling down with his family just outside of the big city. Honestly, a place I could never live, but nonetheless, I guess we're both making it happen in our own way, in the city and in the country. It's always fun catching up with old friends and seeing what has changed and what hasn't. Getting encouragement from others who believe in what you're doing is good for the soul. Because there'll be times when you get discouraged and have doubts, but good friends can pick you up. Relationships, they're important in life. God made us to be social beings, so we shouldn't discount them. A good community helps you see what's more important in the world, so that despite how far you take your career, you don't get caught up in your own selfish, egotistical ambitions. Good friends help you stay grounded. Ants just working on their home. That's all I'm doing. Just digging and undigging in this big world. Just like these guys. Trying to build my new home. Whew. That'll get your heart rate going. Where that trencher goes, leaves a heap of soft dirt to the side, which is easy just to shove right into place. And we're done. We get a drink. We're gonna move on to keeping the well from freezing by putting on that heat tape. Okay, we're good. Water's running through the line. It's not frozen, but we're gonna get some pulling from this power. We're gonna get some heat tape on all this exposed line, then wrap it up until we get our foundation built for our pump house. Say hi, Rain. I got a temporary cage up to keep these donkeys from messing with this well system, because they indeed will. I mean, look what they've done to bags of rocks. And then they take those wooden stakes and they carry them all over the place. I don't know what enjoyment they get out of it, but they like messing with things. So we are now going to put this pipe freeze protection up around this pipe, so when it gets below freezing tonight, there's something to keep it warm. We'll wrap it up with this pipe insulation. Should hold in the meantime until we get a pump house over this thing. I'll show you what it looks like when we're done. So we got power in. Around here you can see the thermostat is placed up against the pipe, so it knows when it's too cold. Just ran a line pretty much along. I had enough to go all the way up and down the back side, because this is kind of a thick pipe. And then we had some excess to just crawl up on this valve one more time. So now we'll wrap it up in this pipe insulation. Hey now. Why are you doing that? Hey, no. Hey, Bo. We don't need to scatter the rock everywhere, okay? We don't need to mess with that. You guys are hilarious. All right, got the 3-inch insulation around the pipe now. She's plugged in and on. Should hold up for the next couple nights. That's gonna get down to like 26, 28 degrees. Hopefully that does the trick. Never be too careful. That's the last thing I would want, is one of those pipes to bust, and then that pump just goes and goes and goes, thinking that it needs to put pressure in the line, and there is no line. It's just shooting water when I'm not here. So until I can get here more regularly, that'll suffice. Praying that we close this week and I can come out here and finally get that pump house built around it. That ends the day. I'm gonna take in some of my leftover materials and get some money back from Lowe's, and then head on home. And we'll see this place another day. Bye-bye.